Here's the start list for the Women's Uneven Bars World Challenge Cup apparatus final here in Koper, Slovenia. We are ready to go with our first competitor. She represents Brazil. It's Carolyn Pedro.
Carolyn Pedro, Brasilia, Aurora.
Opens with the clear shap down to the low bar with the pack. Picking up a bonus for that transition. Just too early on the full pirouette there, can't save it. A fall is a whole marks deduction, so unfortunately she will lose a whole mark there. Carries on with the toe on shap this time, small leg separation, back down with the shoot with the half turn, landing in a nice handstand. Line turn into the Jaeger. Toe on with a half pirouette. Winds up for the dismount. Double Arabian dismount, just a step to the side. Such a shame about that fall. The rest of the routine was really well executed.
Pedro, 25-year-old Brazilian. She's from the south.
Brazil have become a great force to be reckoned with in the gymnastics world, led by Rebecca and Jarje. But great to see the depth they have. Carolyn here in this uneven bar final. Just a leg separation there. The judges are on this side, so they might not have noticed it, or it might not have looked quite as wide to them. And she's going for broke, aiming for that handstand position. You do need to try and finish your pirouettes right on top of the bar, but she just mistimed it slightly and had to take that fall. Here's that Jaeger, slightly loose feet. Couple of short handstands on the high bar, but besides the fall, no big deductions. And just a step to the side there, but quite a difficult dismount with a blind landing. So she did well to control that. And she still smiles. She qualified in 7th place with a score of 12.766. She was 6th on bars at the South American Championships last year and 3rd earlier this year at the Brazil Trophy. A strong apparatus for her. And here's the score for Caroline Pedro. It's 11.033. Next to compete, representing South Africa, Naveen Daries. The full turn straight into the shap and into the ginger, picking up bonus points. Toe on blind. Works into the Jaeger. Shoot half down to the low bar, back up to the high bar with the Mo shoot. You can hear her teammates cheering her on. Blind, into the double front. Just undercooks it. A good routine up until that dismount. She's still smiling. A rocky start to this bar final, but we are seeing some great work.
South Africa did a fantastic job by qualifying for the Olympic Mars final. Not with one, but with two gymnasts.
Naveen and Caitlyn Rooskrantz, who we will see in this final as well, became the first gymnast of colour to represent South Africa at the Olympics in Tokyo 2020. Small leg separations in those transition elements, but nice form in the Jaeger, lots of height. Shoot down, ending right on top of the bar in handstand, and catches that Mo shoot with straight arms, just what the judges are looking for. And here was that dismount. Just misjudged the technique slightly. Kicked a bit early into it, meaning she didn't quite have enough rotation to complete the double front. But she's all smiles. It's 11.566 for Naveen here today. She scored 13.133 in qualifications. Next to compete is Ukraine's Diana Lobok. Great work through the shoulders and the endos, and up to the high bar, back down in the pack. Full turn, looks like she maybe went to go for a connection, but decided it wasn't quite going to happen. Into the ginger, she's got enough connections in this routine, regardless. Oh, what a shame. A really dynamic, difficult routine there, packed full of shoulders. Tough start to this bar final so far. 3 routines and 3 falls. Maybe there's something in the water.
It doesn't go as planned in the finals. We've seen her in the finals several World Cups already. Diana, but let's not forget, she's only 17 years old. A lot of chances.
Diana qualified in 3rd place with a score of 13.4. She was 4th on bars at the 2025 Apparatus World Cup in Doha. Here's that endo work. We don't see too many endos, and then into the shoulder shap. More difficult down the toe on or the clear circle. Back down with a pack. When you're connecting so many elements, you have to think really quickly and adapt with a split seconds decision. A couple of leg form errors. And then this was the dismount. She just couldn't save it, whether it was an endurance issue or just slightly misjudged the technique. And it's 12.066, which does currently put her in first place. But we haven't had a successful routine from start to finish just yet. Next to compete, representing Romania, Ariana Kotu. Big release to start the routine. In bar shoulder full, down to the low bar with the pack. Bit of a leg separation, but working well. In bar shoulder, half into the endo. Works back up to the high bar. Oh, unfortunately has to take a bit of a stop there. Her Mo shoot went to a bit of a dead hang. And into the dismount. Well, she didn't fall, but there was that error of having to stop before that cast to handstand on the high bar. So a big deduction, but not as big as a fall. Just 16 years of age, so great to see her in this final. There was that big opening release, the toe on Katchev. And here's that in-bar shoulder work in the pike position. Really, really difficult. And then here was that Mo shoot. She just let go of the bar a bit too early, meaning she didn't quite have enough swing to complete the upstart into the handstand on the high bar. So had to pause before casting up to handstand. There was a dismount, double straight somersault, bit of a leg separation. Apart from that stop, no major deductions, just a few form issues. She qualified in third place with a score of 13.4. At the moment, if she could get into the 13s, she'd be in the lead by far. So let's see what the judges do. In gymnastics, you kind of have to weigh up your options of going for difficulty versus execution. So far, I would say the gymnasts have gone for difficulty rather than playing it safe. Perhaps some of them have upgraded their routines from the qualification rounds. It's 12.133, so not the score she wanted, but that does put her into first place so far at this halfway point. Here are the current results, and we are currently watching our next four gymnasts warm up. So the leading score so far, 12.133, second place 12.066, and currently in third place Naveen Daries with 11.566. 4 gymnasts left to go, including our top 2 qualifiers who are at the very end of the lineup, so it's still all to play for. Prior to 2021, gymnasts in event finals did not get this touch warm-up. They would have their long warm-up, they could use the warm-up gym in the back, but they had to march out and compete effectively from cold. So it's great now that they have this warm-up and a chance to acclimatise the arena. Next up, representing Israel, Almog Leizerovich. Lovely high Jaeger release and catch there. And another high release of toe on Kachev. Great form in the pack. And just can't hold on to the caster handstand there. Has somebody checked the bars? Toe on with the full turn, slightly off handstand, perhaps was aiming to connect it to that shat half there. Clear circle, and a simple double back dismount, and a good landing. Again, another unfortunate fall. I always find it interesting when there seems to be a ripple effect when one gymnast makes an error and all the next gymnasts seem to make subsequent errors. Is there a vibe? Is it the apparatus? Is it just a coincidence? I'm sure it is just a coincidence, but it certainly is interesting. After a great start to the routine, these release and catches were textbook. Super high, great form, caught on straight arms. And here she just couldn't hold on to that caster handstand. Occasionally you'll see gymnasts edit their routine, so to speak, and maybe do a pirouette, but then that would lead to having to do another pirouette to face in the right direction, and adding that many skills in can be a bit too difficult endurance-wise and a bit dangerous going into your final skills in your dismount, feeling extra tired. So you have to weigh up if it's worth it. Have you ever practiced that? And in this case, she obviously decided not to try to save it, so to speak. And the score is 11.333, which puts her into fourth place. The next gymnast to compete is Caitlyn Rooskrantz of South Africa.
Caitlyn Rooskrantz,
Opens with a clear shot to the high bar, back down with the pack. Through the full turn, ends nicely on top of the bar. Up with the Maloney half. Blind into the pike Jaeger, beautifully done. Toe on pike Kachev, into the Ginger. Dynamic work from Caitlyn. She's winding up into the dismount, full twisting double back, and a great dismount. Now that's how you do a bar final. You can hear the crowd there. She's brought them back to life with her brilliant bar work. She's a two-time Olympian, competed for South Africa in both Paris and Tokyo. And as I mentioned, we saw her teammate Naveen earlier. They were the first gymnasts of colour to represent South Africa at the Olympics. Slight leg separation, but keeps the toes pointed. Oh, it did look like she maybe put her feet on the floor there, which I didn't quite pick up in regular speed. Maybe we'll get to see that again. I thought we'd had a faultless routine there, but putting your feet on the floor is a larger deduction. Again, not quite full, and the rest of the routine was great. Into the ginger there. Good technique, caught on straight arms. She's got such dynamic technique on the bars. She really works with the bars. Winds up into that dismount. Again, really good technique. Judging by her coach's face, there could have been that slight error where she hit her feet on the floor. Just a hint of disappointment, but a great routine nonetheless. And it's 13.066, so she is 0.7 down from her qualifications. So I think she did pick up that deduction for kicking the floor. So we are still waiting for a faultless routine. And we have just 2 competitors left to go. Our next competitor is Sanna Veerman of the Netherlands. She was our top qualifier by over half a mark. So let's see what she can do here today. Hops to undergrip, straight into the Jaeger, no messing around. Stolder pike Katchev, hits her foot on the bar, has to take an extra swing. So a large error. Floats to the high bar in the Maloney. The full twisting pack, really nicely done, manages to stay online. The Van Leeuwen there. Toe on full, right in handstand, immediately into the dismount. Again, another large error. I really don't know what's happening in this bar final, but still lots of difficulty. That will be a big score still. As I mentioned, she was over half a mark higher than second place in qualification, so I think it still will be a strong score. Here was that Stolder pike where she just clipped her heel and had to take an extra swing. So she won't get the bonus for the connection and she'll get a deduction for an empty swing. So her difficulty score will be lower than it was in qualifications for having missed that connection, and her execution will also be lower for the extra swing. That full twisting pack salto was absolutely brilliant. You often see gymnasts go offline doing that skill, but she kept perfectly aligned. There it is again. Tiniest error with form through her legs and feet, but in real speed, I don't think you noticed that. Full turns, finishing right on top of the bars, allowing her to go immediately into that full twisting double back. Again, picking up bonus points and just a step on landing. Gymnasts get a 0.2 bonus for dismounts that are a D or higher, which most of our gymnasts have done here today. And it's a 12.7, so unfortunately quite a big deduction. One final gymnast. Can she redeem this bar final? It's Zofia Kovac of Hungary. Stolder full turn right on top of the bar into the Stolder, Shap with the half turn. Toe on blind into the pike Jaeger. Great work. Stolder pike Katchev immediately into the pack salto. Shap half, maybe the tiniest of clips on the low bar. And just a simple dismount. Looks like she's nursing a knee injury. She qualified in 4th place with 13.233. And at the moment, 13.233 would put her into the top spot.
Absolutely. She is the 2020 European champion on uneven bars, Zofia Koper.
She's 26 years old. She's a 2-time Olympian representing Hungary at the 2016 and 2020 Olympics. And she was named Female Gymnast of the Year in 2022 in a poll held by European Gymnastics. She's great in the all-around and she's great here on the uneven bars. Stolder pike catcher there. Some really strong elements throughout that routine. Just a simple dismount. So at the moment it's Caitlyn Rooskrantz of South Africa in 1st place with 13.066. And currently in 3rd place to break into the medals it's 12.133. And that's Ariana Kotu of Romania. And it's 13.6 for Zofia Koper. She takes the bar title. And here are the results. In 3rd place is Sanna Veerman with 12.7. In 2nd place, Caitlyn Rooskrantz with 13.066. And in 1st place, Zofia Koper with 13.6. We'll have the uneven bars medal ceremony coming up shortly.
Pričinjamo svečano pod intervenalnim priznat najboljših dekletov na Medal ceremony for uneven bars. Medal ceremony for uneven bars. Medalje bo podelila Elena Lajo, tehnična delegatka svetovne gimnastike.
The medals, ladies and gentlemen, will be handed out by Mrs. Ariana Kotu, technical delegate of World Gymnastics.
Tretje mjesto, third place, Sanna Veerman.
In third place on the uneven bars, representing the Netherlands, Sanna Veerman.
Drugo mjesto, second place, Caitlyn Rooskrantz.
In second place, representing South Africa, Caitlyn Rooskrantz.
Prvo mjesto, first place, Zofia.
And in first place, representing Hungary, the uneven bars champion is Zofia Kovac.
The čast zborovkem slyšených motivace. On the honor of the winner, the national anthem.
There are the uneven bars medalists here at the World Challenge Cup in Koper.
Yes, thank you. Gymnastics start warming up on steel rings. Nasza pozorność se sili na
And we are on to our final competition of the day. Back to our men. This time it's the rings.
We have two difficulty judges. From Germany,